order to make LODs, you need something that will decimate your meshes, something like Zbrush or Blender, or any 3D program can decimate a mesh. Now I've got this high poly mesh which is 11,000 polys. I've copied it and decimated it down to 6,000, then again down to 3,000, 1,400, and then 144 polys. So you can see the difference between the high and the low here. So each of these are called level of detail or LODs. And I've exported these out and brought them into Unity. So here they are. There's no texture maps on them at this point. You can put different materials on them if you want, and normal maps and things like that. But this is just to show you how to set up a LOD. So first you want to go to your scene and do create empty and call this rock LOD. And you want to add a component called a LOD group. So if you type in LOD, LOD group will come up. You've got all these different distances for loading. You want to add a few, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 2 more. Insert before, insert before. So we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 more, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, I don't need that one. Okay, 0 to 5, and then after that, when the camera is so far away from your object, it just gets culled. It doesn't have to render it anymore. So it's rendering all these things based on how close it is to the camera. So LOD 0, LOD 1, LOD 2, LOD 3, LOD 4, LOD 5, right? So let's get these meshes in. So all you have to do is go to LOD 1 and LOD 0 and drag in LOD 0 and just say yes, reparent. Go to LOD 1, drag in LOD 1. Just make sure you dodge hovering over those, because if you drag it over, it tends to change them. See that? You can drag them straight in to these actually instead of down here. So LOD 3 for LOD 3, LOD 4 for LOD 4, and LOD 5. Okay, so it's going to draw these different types of the mesh. You can make it anything you want. It could go from a squirrel to a tiger to a lion to a giraffe. For each of these, you know, that's the way it works. It just changes the mesh, doesn't do anything else special. You've already done the reduction in the mesh count, so you see at the bottom here, 22,688, 11,000, 6,000, 2,796, and then 265. And you can see the mesh change in the viewport as well. And you can make that really obvious if you make the change happen sooner. So like from here, change, 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 and it's like really changed quickly. Sometimes you see this in games quite often. And you might want to keep that LOD 0 for a bit longer. So you get that detail, then switch to LOD 1, then LOD 2. Then it can get faster at changing because it's further away by that point. And then all the way to the point of it being culled where you don't see it anymore. So we'll run about there. Okay, so now as I zoom out, you can see it goes through the LODs. And by the time you've got textures and stuff on that, that'll look fine. It also works the same for actually moving this around. So as it gets closer to the camera, the LOD gets smaller, but the detail gets higher. So don't let that LOD number fool you. LOD 0 has got the most detail. It's the closest. Think of this as distance. So 1 is 1 LOD away, 2 is 2 LODs away, 3 is 3 LODs away. You know, you can see that change, and then you can make copies of this. can see them change there. That's pretty much how you set up loading, and you want to do that if you've got a busy outdoor scene full of like props and rocks and things like that, especially rocks. Alright, so thanks for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one.